You know, I've always been a creator, and for the past couple of years, I've been making something pretty ambitious. The beginnings of a story that I feel needs to be told. Rest assured, I will delve into more details about that later. I've been on YouTube for most of its existence, lurking around on different channels, and lately I've been keeping track of all the different channels that inspired me, watching their videos and taking down notes. Channels like Jaiden Animations, RubberRoss, VivziePop, SaberSpark, just to name a few. By the way, love your stuff, guys. Longtime fan. Keep it up. Point is, I've been underground for many years. For the most part, I've been staying quiet. So now I'm finally trying to make a splash on the site and in my content creating and filmmaking career in general. And that begins with introductions. I've already made an introduction to this channel, which if you haven't seen, you can do so by clicking the card in the corner there. Right now I'll do an introduction to myself, and the next video will be an introduction to In Between. But without further delay, here is the official Cyin Kaywise origin story, abridged version. It all starts in the year 1997. It was the earliest year I came into being on this world. I don't know where I was prior to that, nor can I really remember the first couple of years in vivid detail. Not sure if anyone can really, but I do know that I was living in Brooklyn, New York until 2001, when I quickly relocated to Northeast Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. This is where I spent the majority of my childhood, and being a kid was great. Everything was a cool new experience waiting to be discovered. Going to Pennypack Park, for example, was one of the many highlights of my childhood, and every time I went there it was like I was lost in a different world full of magic and wonder, and for that reason I came to love forests. Seriously, if you don't believe me, do me a favor and get yourself lost in a forest on a warm, sunny day, or a cloudy day, or even a rainy day if you feel down for it. It's kinda hard to put into words, but all of them have very different vibes that you can just feel. So don't be surprised if I include forests in my own work. And when I wasn't exploring places in real life, I loved watching cartoons on TV, movies in the theater, playing video games, you know, typical childhood stuff, and exploring the virtual worlds of the internet. In fact, it was this time in the mid-2000s that a new website was created which would change the digital landscape forever. This one. YouTube. YouTube was created in 2005, but I wouldn't know about it until a close friend showed it to me in 2006, a year later, along with the magical editing software Windows Movie Maker. Thus began the start of my new hobby, making videos. But there was much I had to learn in order to make them properly. Speaking of learning, within school I learned about so many different things, but by far my favorite subject was art. There was something special about it. It was like I had a natural connection to it. Probably because we got to draw cartoons in that class, and being half-toon myself, I could really relate to those toons on paper. But then it dawned on me. I was the only half-toon being in that whole class. Well, where exactly were the rest of the toons? Bruh. This question really stuck with me for some reason. And sure, I could see those toons moving around on the TV. They had plenty of adventures, and it was really funny to see someone like SpongeBob sing Sweet Victory to a crowd of live-action people. But those moments were just that. Moments. I wanted more. I wanted to see toons actually interacting with humans, because at no point in my life till then did I ever meet a toon. And you can forget about Mickey Mouse and Disney World, because even then I knew that was somebody in a costume. That traumatized me as a kid, not gonna lie. And then I found it. Exactly what I had in mind. A film called Who Framed Roger Rabbit. It's a pretty old movie at this point, but it definitely changed my life at that point, because from then on, I knew what I had to do. But getting there required a lot of hard work, determination, dedication, and imagination. Yeah, I definitely had a long road ahead of me, but everyone's got to start somewhere. And the first thing I had to do was learn, so that's what I did. I learned in high school, Adobe Premiere, Illustrator, Photoshop, those programs. And gotta be honest, apart from school clubs and activities, I wasn't the most social kind of guy. And to some extent, I still am, but I'm working on that. But regardless, all that time to myself allowed me to make all kinds of different projects in high school. And I put them all together in a portfolio, and that got me accepted into the BFA film program of the School of Visual Arts in New York City, scholarship included. I finally finished the program in 2019, moved down to Austin, Texas, endured a very tumultuous pandemic in 2020, and now I'm here. And so we've arrived at present day. I'm trying to make my dream come true, but I need money, talented people, other resources. It's quite a challenge, but I'm up for it. In the meantime, I've been getting by, living in this apartment with these freeloaders, because they don't have jobs at the moment. Isn't that right? Huh? Bubby? Tracy, you guys are you guys going to help out with that, or are you just going to sit there? Animated my ass. You guys can't even move from that spot.
If you liked the video, remember to like the video. If you want to see more, click subscribe to get notified. And if you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, please leave them down in the comments section below. Thank you so much, and shine on!